Okay, everybody. Hopefully this is going to work out. We shall see. It is that time again, April 1st, as promised, on April Fool's Day. Mr. Shenanigans. Clinton Parks will be the starter for the Deadballers against Ron Juckett for Team ID Jester. For those who don't know, Clinton Parks is patterned after 1965 Sandy Koufax, and Ron Juckett is patterned after the 2002 Pedro Martinez. And like I was saying in the one of the chats, if you're not in the starting lineup in the first game, don't fret because you will be in game two. There's a lot of players, so we try to get everybody in. So let's look at the starting lineup first for the Deadballers. Leading off in left field will be Jerry Ball. Batting second at first base is Mark Forsberg. Batting third is Anthony Crooks, better known as Bleacher Bum Gaming. Combat Painter is the DH. He'll bat cleanup. The original Grognard is in right field hitting fifth. Britt Boy Shaw is the catcher. He'll hit sixth. Benny P is at second. He'll hit seventh. Rags Rudolph is in center. He will hit eighth. And Mr. Don Heston will be the shortstop batting ninth. And I'm using the Steve Tower method. First game, second batter is hot. Eighth batter is cold just by default. All right, let's look at the ID Jester lineup. Rob exclamation point will lead off in left field. Derek Dodgers Royals fan will be at third base hitting second. Mark Russell is at first. He will hit third. Dave S. is doing the catching, and he will bat cleanup. Bubba Husky is the DH. He will hit fifth. Larry Harris is in right field. He will hit sixth. J.B. Gorman is in center. He will hit seventh. Teed Up TV is a shortstop. He will hit eighth. And Keith Higdon, the second baseman, will bat ninth. All right, I mentioned these in the little chat earlier. The home plate umpire for today's game is Hunter Wendelstadt, and he is semi-respected. Phil Cuzzy is at first base. Dana Demuth at second, and Angel Hernandez is at third. I'm going to go ahead, just for simplicity's sake, and read all the results off the off camera because it's too much going back and forth trying to show everything on camera. So I'm just going to read it off, and hopefully you will trust that I'm reading the right results. If you're really into it and you have one of these books, you can follow along, I guess, or you can watch it later and follow along to make sure I did everything correctly. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get going as Ron Juckett is finishing his warm-up tosses, and Jerry Ball is about ready to step in. We're playing this game at Veterans Stadium, which is the antithesis of the dead ball era because it's a cookie-cutter, AstroTurf, crappy stadium. So that's what we're going with. And this, of course, is Game 1 on April Fool's Day, 2019. And we are ready to go with first pitch. It is Ron Juckett facing Jerry Ball. And we get 2-4-5, and this competition is underway between the Deadballers and the ID Jesters. Okay, 2-4-5. 2-4-5 is blank for Ron Juckett, so he doesn't have a say in it. Is Jerry Ball a hero? No, Jerry Ball is semi-utility, so he's not a hero. So he's going to pop it up to second. That's out number one. And that result was in red, so we're going to the experience chart. Mark Forsberg is neutral, and Ron is an icon. So we got an icon pitcher against a neutral batter. And I think I'm gonna not use the manager cards. I'm just gonna play it straight up, at least in game one. It's a 1-2. So 1-2 on experience says icon batter. No, he's not. Mark is neutral. If he was, he'd have a fence check. Otherwise, he strikes out. So Ron Juckett with the whiff, and that's in blue, so we're going to the right now chart. Ron Juckett will be semi-hot based on that strikeout, and Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming will be neutral because he has not hit yet. So we're off the right now chart. 3-5. 3-5 says hot batter. No, he's neutral batter. If he was a hot batter, he would hit a single. Otherwise, it's a fly to left, and the Deadballers go down 1-2-3 thanks to Mr. Ron and his Pedro Martinez-like efficiency. So we go to the bottom of the first, and the Rear Admiral Clinton Parks, the artist formerly known as Ha Ha Clinton Parks, is loosening the bullpen, or on the mound, I should say, getting his final warm-up tosses in, and Rob, exclamation point, will be leading things off for the ID Jesters. We get a 3-3-4. 3-3-4. Is the pitcher an ace or a star? He is an ace. So since he's an ace, he's going to get Rob to pop it up to first. And there's one away. It could be a pitcher's duel with these great pitchers we got. Here's Derek, Dodgers Royals fan. 155. Pitcher is blank. Is he a home run king? No, he's a slugger, but he's not a home run king. So that means he's going to fly to center. If he was a home run king, he would have home run, but a slugger is just going to fly it out deeply to center field. 2 down for Mark Russell. And if I don't follow the chat, I apologize. I'm trying to get the game in as quickly as possible before my thing craps out. So I'll try to recognize some of your chats, but I may be, away from that. So I'm not trying to diss anybody. I'm just saying it up front. I might not get to it. That's my disclaimer. All right, 155 again. Asks is home run king again. Nope, Mark Russell's a slugger. So again, another fly to center. So we just missed some results there. And at the end of 1, we're scoreless here at the crappy stadium known as the Vet in Philadelphia. At least it's not cold enough to throw snowballs. All right, so top of the 2nd, and Combat Painter, the DH. Also a catcher, but in this game he's a DH. 336. Is he ace or dynamic? Ron is an ace. So therefore, it's a fly out to center field, out number 1. And that's in red, so we're going to the experience chart again. And the original Grognard is neutral. And Ron is an icon. So Ron gets that benefit of being an icon. So maybe have another good result like he did last time. We'll see. 2-4. 2-4 says icon batter. No. If he was an icon, it'd be a base hit. Otherwise, it's a grounder to short. So avoiding those icon batters has seemed to help. Britt Boy Shaw is up next. He is an icon batter, but we're not checking that right now. We're just checking the regular results. 246. 2468. Who do we appreciate? Ron and the ID Jesters. 246 is, does he have control? Yes. He's actually got double control. So that's a ground out to the pitcher. And that's the 3rd out. Had there only been 2 outs, we would have had 2 consecutive ground outs, because when you have a double quality, you get your 2 outs in a row. So, but when it's the end of the inning, that does not carry over. So there you go. 3 up, 3 down again. Go the Deadballers. And we go to the bottom of the 2nd. Bring up Canada's own Dave S. to lead things off. He is catching today. 3-4-5. Iron catcher. The catcher for the Deadballers, Britt Boy Shaw, is semi-gold, so he's not iron. So we skip that. Does Dave S. have a good eye? He's semi-patient, but does not have a good eye, so he will strike out. 1 away. And that's in blue, so we're going to the right now chart. And Clinton Parks is going to be semi-hot because of that strikeout. And Bubba Husky is neutral because he has not hit yet. So Bubba Husky against Clinton Parks. And Clinton is hot because of the dot there. 3-4. 3-4 says cold batter. No, Bubba Husky is not cold. If he was cold, he'd hit a weak dribbler to the pitcher. Otherwise, it's a fly out to right, so he's going to be out either way. But it could have been a sac fly had it been a runner on 3rd. So there's 2 down, and we're back to Larry Harris. He's playing right field today for the Jesters. 2-3-3. 2-3-3. Ace or star? Yes, he is an ace. So that means it's a ground out to short. And even though we're playing in a batter's ballpark, the pitchers seem to be ruling the day. As through 2 innings, we are scoreless. And we go to the 3rd. Now, the caveat is freshness in this game. Once we finish 3 innings, both pitchers will revert to semi-freshness. So this is the last inning of full freshness. And we have Benny P. Benny P is playing second base for the Deadballers. And we get a 1-1-3. 1-1-3 asks, is he ace or dynamic? Yes, Ron is an ace. So it's ground out to first. Those aces make up for a lot of faults otherwise, but they cut out a lot of runs. All right, here is sort of like being a pitcher in APA. Here's Rags Rudolph. See if he can go from rags to riches. 2-4-6. Control. Yep, Ron's got control. In fact, Ron has double control. And what that means is it's going to be 2 consecutive ground balls back to Ron. So not only will Rags Rudolph ground to Ron, so will Mr. Heston. 2 consecutive ground balls to the mound. Weekly hit. And they ain't getting nothing off of Ron today so far. And at the end of 2.5, we're still scoreless. We go to that's where those double qualities are really good to have. And that's, like I said, based on Pedro Martinez's card, that's what he had. Here's J.B. Gorman, center fielder, leading off for the ID Jesters. 1-4-5. Struggler. No, he's not a struggler, so it's a ground ball to the first baseman. Actually, to the third baseman, but it really doesn't matter. because he's a switch hitter. He's batting right, so he'd pull the ball against the lefty Clinton Parks. Here's T-Dub TV. 135, that's the unusual play. When you get a 135, it's an unusual play, so I will show this in the book because it's unusual play. When you have a red 1 and a black 3, we go to memorable plays in the field. So we roll 2 dice plus the decider to check and see what happens. 3-5. All right, 3-5 says second baseman iron. Second baseman, Benny P, is semi-gold. He's not iron. If he was, then he would lose track of direction of ball, allowing a cheap single. Otherwise, it's a pop out. So T-Dub pops it to second. Since he wasn't iron, Benny P didn't lose it. And now there's 2 down for Keith Higdon, second baseman. 2-3-6, that's double control. Now, Clinton Parks does not, so that's a walk. 2-out walk. And we get our first base runner of the game. How about that? First base runner of the game. And now it brings up Rob, exclamation point. 1-4-5. 1-4-5. Struggler, no, it's a ground out to third. And that's going to end the inning. So 3 innings in the books and nothing going across. Hopefully this video footage I'm showing is clear enough for everybody to see it. Sometimes I've noticed when I try to do this live thing, the camera is not as clear as when I'm doing uploaded recordings, but hopefully you can still see everything. If you can't see something, let me know. I'll see what I can do about it. But I have equipment that will only allow me to do certain things. All right, so now we're in the 4th inning, so both pitchers are semi-fresh. And I'm going to cap this at a 6-inning limit so that we can get other pitchers in the game. So I'm capping the starters at 6 innings no matter how well they're pitching. 1-4, unless they got a no-hitter or something like that. 1-4-6, flash, yes. Ron has double flash, so that means not only will he strike out Jerry Ball, but he will strike out Mark Forsberg. So 2 consecutive strikeouts. Those double qualities are great to have. And there's 2 quick outs, and here comes Anthony from Bleacher Bum Gaming's. 2-4-6, we already know he has control, so that's going to be an easy play back to Ron. And I'll tell you what, the Deadballers are looking dead right now. They haven't gotten anything off of Mr. Juckett, and he is laying the woodshed to the Deadballers. All right, now it's time for the ID Jesters to see if they can get something off of the artist formerly known as Ha Ha Clinton Parks. Here's Derek, Dodger Royal fan. 4-4-5. Is he a workman? No, he's an ace. Is he patient? He's semi-patient, but the decider dies a blank. So he won't walk. He'll ground to first. So the dot there cost him a walk. Here's Mark Russell. Russell, 2-6-6. There's nobody on first to be thrown out. He's not the leadoff batter, so he will fly to right. 2 down. And that brings up Dave S. 1-4-6. Does he have flash? Clinton has double flash, so that's a strikeout. It would be 2 strikeouts, but it's the 3rd out. So that ends the inning. So through 4 innings, neither team is budging here. In fact, neither team has a hit. Not to jinx anything, but both pitchers are throwing a no-hitter currently. Maybe I'm trying to intentionally jinx it so we can get some hits. All right, here is Combat Painter. 1-3-6. Ace. Yes, Ron is an ace. That's a strikeout. Unless he has a good eye, he is actually eager, so he does not have a good eye. Will be another strikeout for Mr. Juckett. And there's 1 away for the original Grognard. He is the right fielder in this game. 1-5-6. Blank for the pitcher. Is he a whiffer? He is not a whiffer. So we go to outfield drama. First drama check, I believe, of the game. So we're checking the defense of the ID Jesters. The outfielder defense. 4-6. Left fielder iron. Left fielder is Rob, and he is semi-gold, so he's not iron. If he was iron, it would be a single. Otherwise, he makes a running grab for a line out. That's out number 2. And that's in purple. So we're going to the chemistry chart. Both teams, by default, are semi-harmonious in this first game. We'll roll the game day chart in games 2 through 7. We'll see what happens. 5-5, and they're both neutral. Pitching team dissonance. No, we are not dissonant. We, being the ID Jesters, are not dissonant. So if they were dissonant, the catcher would miss a foul ball. The next pitch would be hit through for a single, but otherwise it's a foul out to the catcher. So the inning's over as Dave S. hauls that one in. And we go to the bottom of the fifth. Still no score, no hits, no nothing. And now here's Bubba Husky. DH 346. 346. Blank for the pitcher. Is he eager? He is eager. So he's going to fly to center instead of walking. So got a little over anxious there and went for that bad pitch and fly to center. Here's Larry Harris. 346. We just had that roll. Is he eager? No, he's not. So he's going to walk. So Larry was patient enough to accept the walk as Clinton getting a little wild out there. And an active runner would steal, but he is stoic, so he will not steal. But it is in purple, so I'm going right back to chemistry for J.B. Gorman. Both teams semi-harmonious. Now they're both harmonious. 5-6. Pitching team distance, no. If they were distant, pitcher not confident chooses safe pitch, ripped in the outfield for a single. Otherwise, it's a strikeout, and it's in blue. So we're going for a strikeout of Mr. Gorman, and we're going to the right now chart because of that strikeout. So Clinton is semi-hot, and T-Dub is neutral because he popped out last time. So semi-hot against neutral. Now they're both neutral. 4-5. 4-5, cold batter. No, if he was cold, he would swing and miss, strikeout. And if not the third out, the next batter would strike out too. Otherwise, ground out to first. So it's going to end the inning. And then through 5 complete. Neither pitcher is given an inch in this game, as maybe it's the lineup or it's a good pitching or a little bit of both. I'm not sure which one it is, but we go to the 6th. Ron facing Benny P. Benny P, 145. 145. Struggler, nope. It's a ground out to the third baseman. So handled over there by Derek Dodgers, Royals fan. One away. Here's Dan Rags Rudolph, center fielder. 3-3-4. 3-3-4. Ace or star? Of course he's an ace. So that means it's a pop out to first. Love those ace checks. When you have an ace on the mound, they stop a lot of potential hits. Here's Don Heston. 5-5-6. That could be trouble for the pitcher. Get those big lead numbers. 5-5-6 asks, though, is he an ace? Yes, he is. There's a line out to third. So, again, that ace check puts the kibosh on the offense. And through 6 innings, Ron Juckett is picture perfect through 6 innings. So I will not be taking him out because I think I would get a lot of blowback from the community if I took him out right now. So we will not be doing that. He will stay in the game as long as he's got going what he's got going. Same with Clinton. So Clinton Parks is going to face Keith Higdon. 3-3-5. Is he wild? No, he's got control. Is the batter a sad sack? No, he's a utility, but not a sad sack. So that's a single down the right field line and a stolen base unless he's stoic. He is not stoic, so Keith Higdon is going to single for the first hit of the game by either team and steal second base. So he is at second base with nobody out for Rob! Exclamation point. Now, should we bunt? No, we're going to let Rob swing away. He's a hero and a slugger, so we're going to let him swing away. Might be a bad managerial decision, but just got to go with it. 3-4-5. Iron catcher. No, we already figured that Brit Boy is not iron. Does he have a good eye? Rob has the good eye. Look at that. Rob does have the good eye. So it's a check swing ball, and we're going to the umpire chart. It would have been a strikeout, but since he has a good eye, we're going to the umpire chart, and we're looking at the umpire chart with the runner at second. And let's see. Dana DeMuth is the second base umpire, so he may have something to say, or it could be Hunter Wendelstedt. All right, 2-4. 2-4 says, respected umpire at second. No, unfortunately, Dana DeMuth is not respected. He's semi-questionable and semi-lenient. So he's not respected. If he was, batter out, base runner ruled out on late throw, double play. Other umpires rule runner safe. All right. No, I'm looking at the first base. That didn't make any sense. Let's look at second base. Runner takes big lead. Pitcher attempts pickoff throw. Close throw. Respected umpire rules runner safe. Other rule him out. So he's picked off because Dana DeMuth was not respected. He misses the call, and the pickoff is called, and he is called out. So he's picked off 1-6. Dana DeMuth hearing it from the ID Jester dugout and not happy about it whatsoever. lead man picked off like that. I think that's some shenanigans might be going on here. Some money might be changing hands. Have to check Clinton Park's bank account when the game is over. See if there's been any transactions going on here. To Mr. Demuth. 1-4-5. Struggler, nope. It's a ground ball to third, so Rob is out. 2 down. Base is empty for Derek Dodgers Royals fan. Now he is a slugger. Maybe he can get a home run for us. 2-6-6. No, that's the one that says run on first, thrown out. No, lead batter. Nope, it's a fly out. Whoops, wrong. I want my pencil there. I want my thing here. All right, so 6 shutout innings, and I guess we'll keep both starters in there because they're going so well. I don't see why we shouldn't. But now since they're both pitching shutouts, they both keep semi-freshness. So here's Jerry Ball, top of the order, 1-3-5, and we're back to the unusual play again, that 1-3-5, where the colors matter, and blue means umpires. So we're going to possibly Hunter Wendelstadt, the home plate umpire, to check on what's going on. Bases are empty, of course. So we'll see what's going on with Jerry Ball's at bat. 1-5 with the bases empty. 1-5 says respected umpire at home. Yes, he is. He's semi-respected, and the decider die makes him respected. Since he's respected, strike 3, you're out. If he was not respected, it would be 2-ball count, and the batter would still be at bat. But Hunter Wendelstadt rang up Jerry Ball, and he knows that Ron is pounding that strike zone, so he kind of gave him one on the corner there. Benefit of the doubt, I guess. You expand that strike zone like Greg Maddux did. Here's Mark Forsberg. 3-3-5. 3-3-5. 3-3-5. Is he wild? No, he's got double control. Is the batter a sad sack? No, Mark Forsberg is not a sad sack. So he's going to single to right field. There goes the no-hitter. He is stoic, though, so he won't steal. But there goes the no-hitter, unfortunately, for Mr. Ron. So he made it through 6 1/3. Perfect baseball before broken up by Mark Forsberg. Here's Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming. 3-4-5. Iron catcher, no. Good eye. He does not have the good eye, so it's a strikeout. So Ron got mad about that base hit and comes back and strikes out Anthony for out number 2. That's in blue, so we're going to the right now chart. And since we're in the 7th inning, he becomes fully hot. And Combat Painter is fully cold because he struck out last time. So we got a hot pitcher against a cold batter. And it's a 3-4. Hot pitcher against cold batter. Cold batter, weak dribbler to the pitcher. Batter slumps affects team, side retired, alternating ground out and pop outs. Well, it's the 3rd out of the inning, so, but he could have caused the whole team to go into a slump in that inning. But it's another ground ball back to the mound. So 7th inning stretch time, and it is no score. No score, bottom of the 7th, Clinton Parks facing Mark Russell. 4-5-5. 4-5-5. Flash, yes, he's got double flash. So that means he's going to strike out Mark Russell and he's going to strike out Dave S. So that double characteristic comes into play again. And Clinton Parks, a little shenanigans with a double strikeout. Here's Bubba Husky. 1-1-5. Is he fresh? Yes, he's semi-fresh. Desired Eye says he's fresh. So it's a pop out to the infielder of our choice. We'll say he pops it up to the shortstop to end the inning. 7 innings in the books, and we no score. No score through 7. They keep semi-freshness through 8. Once we get to the 9th, you'd have to roll the decider die to see if they keep freshness or not. Or we might be looking at getting some bullpen activity in there as well, since neither pitcher has a no-hitter. Here's the original Grognard. 3-4-5. Had that roll a lot. Iron catcher, no. Does he have a good eye? Yes, he does. The original Grognard has the good eye. So that means we're going back to the umpire chart and see what Mr. Wendelstadt has to say. It is 1-5, but this time he's not respected because the desired die is a blank. He's actually a neutral umpire now. 1-5, respected umpire at home, strike 3, but he's not respected because the dot is not there. So instead, it's ball 2 and the batter's still at bat. In fact, we had this exact same roll last time, but this time it went the other way. It went towards the Deadballers. So OG, the original Grognard, still at bat with a 2-ball count. 3-4-6. And a 3-4-6. Blank for the pitcher. Is he eager? No, he's got a good eye and he's patient, so he's not eager. He's going to walk. So the original Grognard leads off the 8th by waiting out Ron Juckett for a walk. Active steals, but he's stoics. But we do go to the chemistry chart for Al Britboy Shaw. Oh, rolled too many dice. My bad. Only a 2-die roll for the chemistry. All right, so they're both neutral. 4-6, 4-6. Pitching team dissonance. No, we're not dissonance. So instead of a walk, it's going to be infield drama. So we got infield drama for the ID Jesters, and it's a 1-3 on the infield drama. 1-3 says third baseman iron. Our third baseman is Derek Dodgers Royals fan. He is not iron. He's neutral. So instead of an error, it's a routine ground out, and with a lead die of 1, it's a double play. 5-4-3 around the horn. 5-4-3 around the horn, double play, 2 quick outs. And that'll clear the bases for Benny P. 2-3-4. Is he a hero? Let's find out if he's a hero. No, I'm sorry. 2-3-4 is runners on base plate drama. No. Is he a hot batter? No, he's not a hot batter. He grounded out last time. So he's going to pop to third. And that's going to end the inning. So we're still scoreless into the bottom of the 8th. And we'll have to roll the decider die to see if Ron can keep his freshness for the 9th. Clinton Parks, his last inning of semi-freshness, facing Larry Harris. 3-4-6. Blank, is he eager? No, he's not. So he will draw a leadoff walk. Active runner steals, but he's stoic. But we do have that leadoff walk. And if we can keep somebody from getting picked off, we might be in good shape. J.B. Gorman is up. And you know what? I am going to bunt. We are going to, that's the percentages, is to bunt. So we'll roll 1d6. And as long as we avoid a 6, we're all right. That's a 4. And on the bunt chart, a 4, I believe, is a good sacrifice. Let's check it out here. Yeah, bunt attempt. A 4. It says 1, he's safe at first. 2, he's active, runners safe. 3 or 4, out at first, runners advance. So I did roll a 4. So it's out at first, runners advance. It doesn't matter who fielded it. We're just going to call it a sacrifice hit. I'm obviously not keeping defensive stats. The big thing is the runner, Mr. Harris, is now at second base. So good job by J.B. Gorman to get that done. Now we're going to look at our bench because we need a spark here to get some hits. So we're going to have a pinch hitter for T-Dub, and it's going to be D. Scott Howard. We're going to bring in D. Scott Howard off the bench to see if we can get a little thunder in the lineup. So D. Scott Howard is going to be your pinch hitter. So let's see here where we're going to put this down here. D. Scott Howard. He is the pinch hitter in a big spot. See what he can do, and we'll get somebody else to play shortstop in the top of the inning. But right now, D. Scott Howard, he's that semi-champion. 2-2-6, he is hit by the pitch because the decider die is a dot. So Clinton didn't like us bringing in D. Scott Howard, so he hit him. So that almost was a waste of a play there. And Clark Rotz is going to come in and play shortstop for the ID Jesters as D. Scott Howard limps back to the dugout. So Clark Rotz will take over as the third baseman. So we'll put Clark in there at third, or at short, I should say, going forward. Right now, runners at first and second with 1 out for Keith Higdon. And you wonder if they should have a pinch hitter for Keith Higdon. And we just might do that. Mr. ID himself is going to step to the plate and pinch hit. He's modeled after the 2013 Matt Adams card from St. Louis Cardinals. So he's going to pinch hit for Keith Higdon, and then we'll get a new new second baseman into the game, I should say. So ID is going to pinch it. We're going for broke here in the 8th. Here's ID. 1-2-6. Is he fresh? Yes, he is fresh because the decider die is a dot. So it's a line out to second for out number 2. Out number 2. And unfortunately, with the runner already on second, there's a chance for a double play. We're going to roll the decider die. If it comes up a dot, then the runner Larry Harris will be doubled off of second base. If it's blank, we keep going. And he's doubled off second base, unfortunately. A 4-4 unassisted DP to end the inning. So that's going to do it through 8 innings. And now we have to figure out who the second baseman's going to be for the ID Jesters. It's going to be the only man left on the bench, the statistician. He is going to come in and play second base. So the statistician will be the new second baseman. And now we go to the 9th, and we have to roll the decider die to see if Ron Juckett is going to keep his semi-freshness. He will not. Now the question is, do we let Ron continue, or do we go to the bullpen for some of our great arms out of the bullpen, like Tony Spicciali, or Tenacious Earl, or let's see who else. Al Red Sox is a starter, so can't use him. Moni G is another one. So, all right, Ron, I'm going to take your advice and go to the pen. As the Philly fans give him, or the ID Jester fans, I should say, give him a stirring round of applause. And we'll go to the pen for Tony Spicciali, who is a semi-star, semi-flash, and control. So Tony Spicciali will be in. And I hope I'm pronouncing that name correctly. 8 innings for Ron. Just the 1 hit and no runs. So don't know what the strikeout total was. I may have to figure that out later. But right now, it is going to be Rags Rudolph, unless the Deadballers want to go to their bench, and I think they will. So they're going to go to their bench, and Mark McClellan is going to pinch hit. Mark McClellan. Actually, nope, it's not going to be Mark McClellan because he's a lefty. I want to play it straight up, you know, as you would normally, right-lefty. So it's actually going to be Robbie Wartburg. Going to insert himself in the lineup as a pinch hitter for Mr. Rags. So it's going to be Wartburg. And he will stay in the game to play center field as well. So Robbie Wartburg is going to pinch hit here against Tony Spicciali. 4-6-6. Control. Tony Spicciali has semi-control. Decider die says no. So no control. You think that's a bad thing. That's actually a good thing on this result. Because if he had control, he'd give up a single. Otherwise, Home Run King or Slugger would strike out. He's neither one. So he won't strike out. But he will hit a difficult ground out to the infielder of our choice. So we'll say he grounds to short. 1 away. So the pinch hitting fails in that instance. Got to reset my lineup here for the IDs for the bottom of the 9th. Now Don Heston, shortstop, will lead off. That's a 1-2-3, which is flash and fresh. He does not have the flash quality. He's got semi-flash. Decider die says no. So instead of a strikeout, it's still going to be a ground out. So ground to short again. 2 quick ground outs to short. And we're back to the top of the order in Jerry Ball. Lefty on lefty matchup with Jerry Spicciali, or Tony Spicciali. 1-4-4. Flash. Does he have flash? Yes, he does. The Decider die gives him the flash quality. So that would be a strikeout. However, we do have the goggles here, the glasses, which mean we turn over here to the glasses. Questionable or leaning umpire at home calls ball 4. Other umpires call strike 3. Well, fortunately for the ID Jesters, Hunter Wendelstedt is semi-respected, so that strikeout stands. He rings him up. And Jerry Ball has got the hat trick going. 3 strikeouts in a row for Mr. Jerry. Deadballers striking out quite a bit. All right, we go to the bottom of the 9th, and we're going to go ahead and take Clinton out too. We don't want him to take a tough luck loss. So we're going to get him out of there, and they're going to counter with Tribe Fan. So Tribe Fan is going to come on. And he has star, semi-flash, and semi-control. So Tribe Fan is going to come in and pitch and take on the top of the order Rob, exclamation point. Not question mark, but exclamation point. So here's Rob against Tribe Fan. Is he an ace? Now, the old rules, when you come in and start an inning as a reliever, you would get the ace quality. But the new rules are you only get the ace quality when you come in mid-inning. Since he's starting the inning, he does not get the ace quality. So No ace check there. Since that fails, it asks is the batter whiffer or cold. He's not a whiffer, and he's not cold. So therefore, we go to infield drama. So we're going to check the infield of the Deadballers. Can they handle fielding on this AstroTurf from the Deadballers? 4-4 on the infield drama. Pitcher gold. Is the pitcher gold? No, the Tri-Fan is neutral on his fielding. If he was gold, he would take a bad hop, but batter saves play for the out. Otherwise, pitcher mishandles it safe on first on an error. So Rob reaches on the E1. So how about that? Tri-Fan commits the boot. Leadoff error. And now Derek, Dodgers, Royals fan. Normally you'd bunt, but his card is loaded. He's a remake of George Brett 1980, so we're going to let him swing away. 1-4-4. That's a flash check again. But this time Tri-Fan does not have the dot, so he does not have flash. It won't be a strikeout. So we'll skip that result. Next result says, is he a hero? He is a semi-hero. We got to re-roll the decider because it's already been used. If it comes up as a dot, he will be a hero. If it's blank, he's not. And he's not. So no hero. So that means he's going to ground to short. And unfortunately, that means it's a double play because a lead die of 1 on a ground out is a double play. So that's a 6-4-3. Almost would have been better if he had a struck out. But now there's 2 quick outs. And that's the danger of not bunting. But maybe I should have bunted. Bad managing on my part, I suppose. Here's Mark Russell. 2-5-5. Is the pitcher a star? He is a star. So that means it's a strikeout unless he has a good eye, which he does not. So we're going to extra innings with no score. We can't get a run across the board for some strange reason. I don't know why. But nothing across the board. And we go to the bullpen again because we don't want Tony to be semi-fresh. We want to keep his freshness intact. So we're going to go to Moni G. Moni G. Moni, as Billy Idol once sang. Moni G will be coming in, and she will be facing 2, 3, and 4 in the order. Mark Forsberg, Anthony from Bleacher Bums, and Combat Painter. 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup. 1-3-5. It's the unusual play again. The black 1 means we're going to the vet. The vet. And he's a left-handed hitter, so that means it plays semi-small. So we got a semi-small ballpark. This is eerily a chance for a home run here. We'll see. Hopefully we can fend that off. We get a 2-6. It's not going to be small. It's going to be neutral now because it's not a dot. So 2-6 says, big ballpark, long fly ball caught by outfielder. Otherwise, deep drive clears left field fence, home run. So since it's not a big ballpark, it's going to be a home run anyway. So Mark Forsberg greets Moni G with a home run to lead off the top of the 10th, thanks to the vet. Well, actually, the vet didn't have anything to do with it because he was neutral. But just got that ballpark check, and it wasn't a big ballpark, so home run it went. And Moni G, maybe not have been warmed up yet or something. I don't know. Here's Anthony from Bleacher Bums, 2-5-6. Is the pitcher a struggler? No. Is the batter champion or patient? He is semi-patient, but desire dies a blank, so he will not walk. We go to infield drama. So infield drama. 2-5 on the infield drama. 2-5. Second baseman iron. No, our second baseman who is now statistician is neutral. So he will not make an error. Instead, it will be a routine ground out. So there's one away. That'll bring up Combat Painter. 1-1-2. 1-1-2 ask, does the pitcher have flash? Moni G does have flash, so it is a strikeout unless he's got a good eye, which he does not. So Combat Painter goes down on strikes. 2 down for the original Grognard. 2-3-4. Nobody's on base, so there's no plate drama. Is he a hot batter? No, he walked his last time, so he's neutral. So he's going to pop to third, and that's going to end the inning. But the run is across here in the 10th. So last chance for the ID Jesters. And they're going to bring in their, the Deadballers are going to bring in their closer. They're going to bring in their closer, Dave Little. So Dave Little is coming in to try to seal the deal. Tribe fan can qualify for the win. Dave Little will come in and finish up his warm-up tosses and try to get the save. He's got to get through Dave S., Bubba Husky, and Larry Harris for the ID Jesters. If you got a rally cap, it's time to turn it around backwards and see if the ID Jesters can rally. Let's get those rally caps going here. All right, here's Dave S. 236 is double control. He doesn't have it. It's a leadoff walk. Now, the question is, do we bunt again? Bubba Husky is a home run king, semi-home run king. So, not a good bunter. So we're going to have Bubba Husky swing away. 2-3-3. Ace or star. He is a semi-ace. Decided that gives him the ace quality. So it's a ground out to short, which is a fielder's choice on a lead die of 2. So he is out 6-4, but Bubba Husky is now the new runner. And here's Larry Harris. Nobody on the bench for the ID Jesters. We've used all our bench players. All we have now is bullpen people. 256, is he a struggler? No. Is he champion or patient? He is semi-patient, but the sire die says no. We got infield drama. So maybe the Deadballers will have another error like they had earlier because they can't handle this AstroTurf. It's a 3-4. 3-4 on infield drama. Third baseman, gold. Third baseman for them is Anthony. He's neutral. He's not gold. So it would have been a grounder. Otherwise, it's a base hit. So he couldn't stop the base hit. And on a lead die of 3, check the runner advancement here. Lead die of 3. The runners advance 2 bases on any hit. So that means Bubba Husky goes to third. So something cooking here. Runners on the corners with only 1 out for J.B. Gorman. It's J.B. Gorman, and then it's going to be Clockrots, who came in and took over for T-Dub after D. Scott Howard pinch hit for him. 4-6-6. 4-6-6. Control. He does not have control. Is he a home run king or a slugger? He's neither one, because the sire die is a blank. So it's a difficult ground out to the infielder of our choice, and on ground outs, runners advance. So that means we're going to have a tie game because all the runners advance. The play is only at first base. That's what it says. Difficult ground out. And on a lead die of 4, runners advance on ground outs. So therefore, we got a tie game. We could be going for more baseball here. So we'll call it 4-3 on the ground out for out number 2. And the winning run, Larry Harris, has moved up to second base. So he's in scoring position. And Dave Little has blown the save. And now Clockrots has a chance to be the hero. He is the semi-hero in the game. Base hit could win it. 1-3-4. 1-3-4 is a gold catcher. Britt Boy Shaw is semi-gold. Yes, it's a gold catcher. So he struck him out. How about that? Since he's a gold catcher, it struck him out. So we're going to the 11th, folks. Come back, never say die. ID Jesters have done it. And come back and see about doing these. Doing it and keeping the game alive. So now we're going to the top of the 11th. And we're going to bring in, let's see, we're going to bring in from our bullpen. We're going to bring in Tenacious Earl. So Tenacious Earl, he's a semi-workman, but he does have flash with semi-control. So we're going to bring in Tenacious and see if he is in fact tenacious. And he's going to be facing, put the wrong side over here. Should be, because the original Grognard made the last out. It's Brick Boy Shaw who leads off. The original Grognard made the final out last inning. All right. Free baseball, and nobody knew it if I drop a die. And fortunately, the live feed is still holding out, so at least I think it is. 1, 2, 3, flash and fresh. Yes, he is flash, and he is fresh, obviously. So it's a strikeout, so Tenacious with the strikeout. Benny P. 3-3-6 for Benny P. Ace or dynamic, he's not either one of those. Sad sack utility or patient for Benny P. He is semi-patient. The sire die says he's patient. So therefore he's going to take a called strike 3. He was too patient. And Benny P is out of there. So Tenacious coming in throwing BBs Striking out the first two he faces. Now Robbie Wartburg. 556 could be trouble. 556. Is he an ace? No. Is he a sad sack? No. It's a double. Double to right field. So a 2-out double for Robbie. As he tries to take matters into his own hands, but now it's back to Jerry Ball, who is 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Jerry Ball. 1-3-5. We're back to the unusual play again. Red 1 and a black 3 means we're going to memorable plays in the field. So we'll see what happens on this. 2-6. 2-6 on memorable plays in the field. Third baseman, iron. Third baseman, Derek Dodgers, Royals fan, is neutral. He's not iron. So 2-6. If he was iron, caught lounging, weakly hit ball, sneaks past hit. Otherwise, it's a line out. And that would have been a run-scoring single, but Derek Dodgers was up to the task, snags it for out number 3. And we go to the bottom of the 11th, tied 1-1. And we'll get a new pitcher for the Deadballers as Dave Little blew the save. They'll have to go to someone else. So they're going to go to Tabletop Earl. Might as well, if you had Tenacious, you might as well do Tabletop. So they're both in the game. So Tabletop Earl is in. He's a star, semi-flash with semi-control. And he asked to be 2002 version of Tim Wakefield. So that's the card he has and why he's rated that way. All right, Statistician's going to lead off. 224. 224. 224. Pitching at home. No. The IDs are at home, not the Deadballers, so he's not pitching at home. Is he a slugger? He's a semi-slugger, but the desired die is a blank. So he won't get a double, but he will get a single. He's not active, he won't steal, but the Statistician will get a single to lead off the bottom of the 11th. And now Rob is up. Now, does Rob bunt or does Rob swing away? That's the question. Does Rob bunt or does he's got a great card? Semi-hero, semi-slugger. Hate to bunt here. We're going to have him swing away against Tabletop. 4-4-6. Does Tabletop have control? Yes, there's a semi-control, and that's a dot, which means he has the full control. So that means on a 4-4-6, the pitch was read, and it's a single to left field. So Rob read that pitch, singles to left field with a lead runner of 4. Runner advances 2 bases on singles. So runners are now on the corners with nobody out. And Derek Dodgers, Royals fan, the infield's going to have to come in. They have no choice. They're going to have to come in. Infield in all the way around. Here is Derek Dodgers, Royals fan. Tenacious. I'm sorry, Tabletop needs a strikeout badly. 3-5-5. Might not get it. Struggler? No, he's not a struggler. Is the batter a champion? Yes, he is. Derek Dodgers, Royals fan is a champion. So on the 3-5-5, a champion doubles to left field. That's your ball game. A walk-off double from Derek Dodgers, Royals fan. And just like that, you're in the 11th. The ID Jesters win it by the score of 2-1. And Derek Dodgers, Royals fan is your hero of the game. Tough luck, or tough outing there for Tabletop Earl, rather, as Tenacious Earl best his partner, Tabletop Earl. It is Tenacious getting the win, Tabletop taking the loss, and no record or no decision for Ron or Clinton, who both pitched beautifully. But the walk-off it was, and the ID Jesters now lead the series 1-0. Game 2 will be right back here at Veterans Stadium. And then Game 3, 4, and 5 will shift to a dead ball ballpark not yet announced. We'll figure out where it's going to be, but it'll be somewhere in the dead ball era. And that's going to do it for this Game 1. Now, Game 2, we look ahead to Game 2. Our starters for Game 2. Al, Red Sox fan, will be on the mound for the ID Jesters. And on the mound for the Deadballers will be Stratomac, Delaware. Chris from Stratomac, Delaware. So we got Chris against Al in Game 2 from the vet. Not sure what day that'll be, if that'll be tomorrow or Wednesday, somewhere in that neighborhood. I don't know which. We shall see. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I'm glad that my stream held out and didn't conk out on me. So maybe I've got this thing to work now somehow or another. I don't know how clearly this looks on your feed, because sometimes this camera, when I do live, it gets a little blurry, at least from my end. But hopefully you guys can see everything okay, and you enjoyed that. Hopefully I didn't mismanage either team. I tried to do, manage well for both teams, fairly for both teams. Pinch hit when I thought it needed to be pinch hit for, reliever when I thought it needed to be reliever for. So if anybody else has any questions for me about the game itself, not this game, but I mean History Maker Baseball in general, I'll be glad to stick around for a few minutes and answer any questions anybody might have. The new game book is Game Book 5.0. And if you have any other Play.com games like Red, White, and Blue Racing or History Maker Golf or Second Season Football or Hockey Blast or any of those, this game is right up there with them. It's my favorite game as far as Play.com goes. And actually, in some ways, this is my favorite game overall because there's so many things you can do with this. For instance, a game like Stratomatic or any other of the main board games, you couldn't do this for. There's no way to rate players for Stratomatic, but this game is very easy to rate players, and it was very easy to do, to come up with what I came up with. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I don't know if anybody's going to stream later, Ron or somebody else or Rob, but Derek Dodgers Royals fan, if you see him, tell him congratulations on his RBI double to walk it off. And if you see Tabletop Earl, give him a pat on the back and tell him, there's always tomorrow. 1 game to none lead, best of 7. So maybe the ID Jesters will not maybe go 7 games. Maybe it ends in 5 or 6 games. We shall see. It's up to Al Red Sox fan and Chris Stratomac Delaware, but the pressure's on for the Deadballers. You don't want to go down 2 games to none. So Chris and his Wilbur-Wood-like knuckleball better be ready, as Al Red Sox will be bringing the heat in Game 2. So that's it from here. Hope everybody enjoyed that presentation. I tried to do the best I could with the lineups. And again, if you weren't in the starting lineup and you got to pinch it, or you didn't get to pinch it at all. So let's look at Ken the Jet Castro. Didn't get a chance to get in the game. You will be starting Game 2. Same with Craig Artle. You will be starting Game 2. And probably be some other lineup changes as well. And in the umpire rotation, Angel Hernandez will be the home plate umpire in Game 2. So Al Red Sox fan, beware. Angel Hernandez will be the umpire in Game 2. At least it's not C.B. Buckner. So that's it from here. I hope everybody's a great April Fool's Day. And isn't it kind of poetic that the ID Jesters would win on April Fool's Day? I mean, isn't that just kind of like the karma you would expect? So anyway, hope you all enjoyed that. And I'm going to go ahead and get some things done around the house now. But I did want to get this out as I promised. And now that this live thing is working pretty well, we can get it going, down the road for future games as well. I might even do a White Sox game live. You never know. I'll have to, kind of schedule around what other people are doing. I don't want to stream when they're streaming and interrupt what they're doing. So I'll try to pick a dead time some point. So that's it from here. Hope everybody's a great day. You guys all have a nice Monday. I know it's a Monday, so as nice as possible. Enjoy the baseball season in full swing. And until next time, as usual, I will see you all down the road.